than probably the provincial commissioners or whatever they are called up there. But I think I'm grateful for our chiefs and so on. These are the guys who will, you know, remember during the COVID, they are the ones who will tell the fellows in the village that so-and-so from Mombasa is on his way. You know, maneuvering your way to the village during COVID restriction. By the time you land in your local trading center, you are nabbed, and then you are told to go back because you can't mingle with us. I don't know whether there was such experiences in your place, but I remember some character who was arrested by the chief, and he'd come all the way. I don't know how he made it from Mombasa to wherever, but I'm emphasizing the fact that they are doing well. Probate succession matters, they're the ones giving us the letters from the chief, explaining the details of the family and so on. So really, Madam Chief and your group, I'm so grateful for what you're doing, and more so the lawyers doing your proper briefs to reach out our people. Of course we pay. Sabaya si tunalipa. Sio mbaya sana. Tunalipa tu. Serikali inalipa. Sort of another day, but you should appreciate, actually we pay them well. We pay them well. And if you have 3 or 4 or 5 in a year, you're able to sort out some few bills here and there. Of course, not commensurate to the rest, but I think we're doing well. Mediation, yes, mediation, we're doing very well. Got our next mediation. I'm sure quite a number of us are involved in this thing. We're doing well in Nakuru for those of us from around, but across the nation, it has taken traction, and we now have mediators. How many mediators are here, certified, for example? Those of us who are here, thank you. And are you really doing the work, or you are just having your certificates? I hope you're doing the work. And if you are within my jurisdiction, if you have any challenges, please come and see me, because I must make use of you. We are now referring matters to the ground because you are the ones who should assist the judicial officers in, in breaching the time spent on matters and so on. So kindly, I'm really grateful for what you guys are doing. I know there's a lot that we need to do, but please, whatever you do, we are grateful that we have entrusted you with helping our people to resolve issues. AJS, of course, alternative justice system is still new, relatively new. Professor Ngugi, whom I took over from Nakuru, now the current Judge of Appeal, is the brainchild. And please, I remember when we were having a farewell, he told us, and LSK were there and all of us were there, he said that thing should not die. And I promised him that it should not die. Please, if you're involved in AJS, Edna, you're here. We are encouraging alternative justice system, and even for the sake of those of us who are here today, the current statistics that we have, the total number of registered cases are 106. Total number of closed cases are 83. Total number of active cases are 23. You know, this is less than 2 years. Do you know the implication of this? The implication of this is that these 83 cases are out of our way. Something which I'll never manage it as a court in terms of actual listening to matters. And so on and so forth. We have all the statistics, we have murder cases, we have matrimonial cases, and many other things. So I'm encouraging us to bring all these minds together. And those of us professionals, because all of us here are professionals, sometimes this is how to give back to the society. We've been taken to school, we've been schooled, we have our PhDs, we have our masters, we have our bachelors, we have our certificates and the rest. How do you return gratitude to the society? You may not be paid, but somehow, God knows how to pay you. I'm encouraging, you know, don't sit in those air-conditioned places. There are people who require you under the trees. They are our brothers, they are our sisters. They don't understand these basic things of procedure and the rest, but they want the issue to be resolved. Ng'ombe ilibiwa, the cows were stolen by this guy, or the cuckoos were stolen by this guy. Please help me. You understand? Resolve those issues. I'm encouraging the professionals in particular to take a particular interest in alternative justice system. It is not for those who did not go to school very far. It is not for the clergy and pastors and all those religious leaders. It is for all of us. And I'm encouraging us to take it as a CSR to the society. So that is so much what we are doing. Of course, collaborating with others. We have the CUC, Court Users Committee. Quite a number of us, I'm sure, are members of the CUC. And I'm grateful in Nakuru that we are doing well with the CUC committees. Now we have CUC, ELC, Environment Land Court, CUC Commercial Court, which is very new, CUC the Mainstream Court, which I'm heading, CUC Labor and Relation Court, CUC, all these things are sectors that need your input. If, for any reason, your organization is here and you don't feel that you've not been involved, kindly come and see me. Come to my chamber, come and see me. We'll consider it and we'll put it. Because you see, unless we make use of our professionals, then we are not moving anywhere. So I will encourage you to partner with us, whether in this county or other counties across the nation. Please participate in our CUCs so that we could move forward. I'm grateful for the NGOs, non-governmental organizations, the UNDP, all the civil societies that are here. I'm grateful for what you're doing on behalf of the judiciary. I know this is a small, free, it's a small tip of the iceberg, but you're doing a lot in terms of our electoral system, in terms of our day-to-day management of our courts, in terms of funding, and the UNDP. Thank you so much. If we were to rely on the, they have said, well, of course, we have our budget now, isn't it? But it's more or less theory. The percentage there is negligible. But I think the more we have the civil societies and international bodies to come in, the better we will be as a society. So I'm grateful for every participant, every funding that is here, and so on. Paralegals who are here and who are not here, they are doing great work. Paralegals is as, the act is wide, and it's as wide as what we know. I'm grateful for the paralegals. We were. I'm sorry. I'm a village. I'm rural bred, so I don't have a lot of protocols when I come to some things. But I enjoy sitting under the tree, listening to those elders resolving disputes. They did not go to school, but I'm telling you, they're better than us. They're even more honest than us. They see things more than us. My grandfather was in another generation. But I remember in the village when there are disputes the Mzee will just lie there and keep quiet. But he will say one word and resolve the stalemate. I thought, if we can encourage our paralegals, if we can build capacity of our paralegals and all these people, we will be able to dispense justice to our people in a very, very simple way and very, very elaborate way. So that is it for so much what you have done. The milestones we have done as a court, as judiciary, are enormous. Positive side about COVID. When we were in primary school, we were told about the positive, what of a mosquito? What was it, positive? You hear mosquito has a positive side, the advantages of a mosquito. Of course, in our elementary, wherever, you wouldn't see it. But everything has a positive side. For judiciary, we were able to move a step higher in ICT because of COVID. There was a bit of resistance before COVID. There was a number of trials and so on and so forth through Justice Ochieng in Nairobi, now Court of Appeal. We tried. There were what are they called? There was pilot programs. Pilot upon pilot. Let COVID came. We all gravitated around computers. The lawyers also who are having their own issues. Now everybody looks in. This morning I've done my course list. Here. Course list. I've done about 40 cases. I've given directions, I've given what, I've released fellows, I have done what I'm supposed to do today. And I was here. I'm sure some guys are not even aware that I'm in Naivasha. How good is some of these ICT technology things? We have embraced it as a judiciary. I know we have not reached there, but I think with your support and encouragement from LSK and all these others, we have done very well, and really we are grateful for what you have done. Accessibility to justice, I think I cannot overemphasize. I suspect we are not very far from being open. Many years ago, when you hear somebody is a judge, and you meet them at the corridor, I'm talking as late as 2000, used to, around before 2010. It was very difficult to deal with judges. I remember going to Court of Appeal for some stay pending appeal and the rest. I was told just one word. A shamba is as good as a bicycle. I'm telling the judge, these guys will fight. 1,000 people are fighting over land, and you are talking of a bicycle. In my heart, that's what I'm saying in my heart. And I was thrown out of the chamber. All that I'm saying is that we are better off. And you guys can confess that, can testify to that, isn't it? We are better off. We're able to reach people now. And I want to say that because of the openness that we have, I think we are accessible than before. And so I want to encourage us to make use of us. The channels are there now. I'm sure if you want to reach the CJ now, it's not as difficult as before. If you want to reach my office or any magistrate or any judicial officer, it's not very difficult. Corruption, I think Honorable Chen spoke about it. All of us know about it. My belief is this: corruption is in your heart. Corruption, iko ndani ya mioyo. It is a decision you make. We can do 1,000 laws fighting corruption, but it remains in our hearts. So unless until I decide in my heart to be honest, EACC can even bring all the cameras around. But in my view, it is something which has to be has to be pulled out of our hearts as Kenyans, across the board. Across the board. Judiciary, we are not better off. But at least in the circumstances that we are in, probably we are somewhere. It's fair. In my station in Nakuru, I've invited the EACC. I've told them to do what they want. I know I have 1 or 2 cases going around. I have some information. But I'm collaborating with everybody who thinks that a member of staff, judicial officer, is having an issue about corruption. What I'm saying is this: we want to be as open as possible. As open as possible. And I also want you guys in civil societies to be as open as possible. You are not angels. You are not. And none of us are angels. But we must change. We must begin somewhere. And the beginning of somewhere is me and you. Beginning from here. The organization you are leading, you must be the one saying no. Otherwise, we'll be removing the whatever from the other eye, and you have a log in our eyes. But I'm encouraged that we are moving the right direction as a society, as a team. Finally, let me discuss the issue of election matters. I think, and thank you, EU, for you and the people for what you're doing. This time around, we had about 50, less than 50. Or 100, I can't remember, it's off-head. But these petitions that we are handling now, a lot of them are beginning to collapse. In fact, Professor Mbode talked about why we need to discuss. When the announcements were going on, we were saying as judiciary, probably we may not have petitions this time like the 2017 and so on. Suddenly they came. But I think we will acquit ourselves as judiciary because of one basic thing. We have a timeline, and the timeline is working for us. I'm doing petitions in Mombasa, Nyali, and Bita. Well, I went there the other week, and lawyers are good. Wanaona kwa mbali. They are saying this thing is not, seems to be, it's not aileti, shangwe, it's not coming. Kwa mbali. We must tell sometimes, after collecting our fees, we must tell them that the thing is wrong. So collect your fees if you must. All that I'm saying is that we are within time. But there's something our sister said here about timelines in the IBC and the rest. I think if Honorable Jane was here, I would say the same thing. We need to insulate IEBC as well. Because they don't have the timeline that we have on this post-elections. We must find a formula of giving them timelines and so on and so forth. So what I wanted to say much about them really is that I think we are doing well. Everybody's running all over. My colleague whom I work with is in Narok. By yesterday, I heard over news that somebody was being withdrawn or something, I don't know. But we are doing well in terms of election petitions and many other things that are related to that. But all in all, I think I should say on behalf of the judiciary that we are fair. We are on top of things. Come on election matters, we are doing well, and I think we will be able to deliver all the way to the Court of Appeal within the timeline provided by the law. Finally, I want to say thank you. Thank you, Dr. I want to make an appeal. I know Professor Ngugi was not most of us. Those of us who worked with Ngugi is a machine. I worked with him for two years and something. I don't know what time he was sleeping, but he was a machine. He was good. He was good. His network was good. I want to request those of us who are working, and those of us probably may not have worked with us, please, we are here. Professor Ngugi has gone to Court of Appeal, is in Kisumu, but Nakuru and its environs remains with us. Let us collaborate. If there are any programs that were running, I am sure, I know some of them, but if there are any that were running, please, let's continue running, let's continue managing, let's continue assisting Wanjiku to receive the justice that they deserve. Otherwise, I'm grateful, thank you for this opportunity. By the way, to say that we are in #3 conference, it looks easy. But if you talk to these people who are organizing this, they will tell you it's a milestone. And indeed, it's a milestone. This, Egerton is us. I see Egerton as Nakuru. So if it was Nairobi, I would have other stories about Nairobi. But this is mine. This is my county. This is my jurisdiction. We will support you, Daktari, to the end. Anything Egerton would want to partner with the judiciary, we are there to the end. And thank you so much. On those remarks, many remarks, I wish to now declare that this conference officially open.
All right, asante sana, Justice Chemitei, for your remarks. And now, we need to do some consultation on an issue because our media colleagues need to leave, and in our program, we have a press briefing. So I'm going to request that you hold Gitonga and team, just hold for a minute or so. We make some consultations, but in the meanwhile, I will be inviting Dr. Maxwell Miyawa to come forward and lead us in the reflections on what our guests have said so far. And thereafter, then we shall also have some questions and answer session before they leave, because immediately after lunch, we will not have some of the key guests. Sawa. Karibu sana, Dr. Miyawa. He went to Osgood Law School, the school where Miguna attended. Did you know that? And of course, our first Chief Justice.
My apologies. There's a lot, you know, as the judge just told, organizing these things sometimes can be really problematic. So you'll allow us to consult a little so we can move to the next level. My apologies, please. We'll take a break. We'll have our media briefing out with our chief guests. Then we'll break for lunch. We have the panel discussion from IBC, Kenya Law Reform Commission, Law Society of Kenya, National Legal Aid Service immediately after lunch. Is that agreeable? Lawyers can be difficult, civil society can be difficult, and they can also serve me with the petition now that we have a judge present here and seek protection of the court. If your lordship will allow us to leave, because now when you are sitting there, you are a court and I can't let these people go without your permission.
So let me make an announcement about lunch. All right, so this is the announcement about lunch. Lunch will be served at the main restaurant next to the reception. I think that just where we were for breakfast. And kindly please pick your meal card. Mohammed, are you the one with the meal cards? Who has the meal cards? Oh, it's Muiruri, okay? That gentleman over there. All right, asanteni sana, see you in the next session.